Good evening. Today we're going to be driving the Class 47 GRN on the West Somerset Railway from Minehead to Lydeard. Here we can step inside the cab and sit in the driver's seat and close that door. A bit far away, but we can reach. We've got long arms. We've got very long arms, we'll assume. Set the reverser to forward. Got a nice little beep. And headlights on. Because there's a scenario, this is telling us all the things we have to do, but if you were doing a service, it probably wouldn't. Initial application. Don't want the train rolling anywhere, because we're not quite ready to go yet. Unlock the right doors. I believe the only way of unlocking doors is by hitting tab and then bring up this menu, because obviously there's no button to open the doors like an electric unit or a diesel unit. Well, I mean one with electrification down the train to control the doors. Obviously this has no connection with the coaches. So the doors have to be opened manually, which is quite cool. Which I'll show you how you can do that now. The doors react a little bit slowly, which is interesting when you click the button. Fair bit of delay. So, from the outside you can obviously just open it using the handle, but notice how the window goes down there. That allows you to obviously close the door on the inside. You can open a window, if I can get this. Here we are. Right, so what you can see now is we couldn't open that door unless we opened the window, because the handle's obviously on the outside. So what you have to do is open the window and then find the door closed button, and there we are. We can open the door, which obviously you can't do from the inside. Anybody who's been on the Class 47 or on the coaches behind any sort of diesel, you'll know that that is how you have to do it. Not on all trains, obviously, but this one in particular. One of these heritage routes. It's quite fabulous, I must say. Very nice indeed. Alright, let's lock the right doors. We'll actually watch this from the outside. Let's get a good position on this. Here we are. Turn off that. Lock right. There you go. See all the doors close. There is a bug with this, where you can see the back doors aren't quite closed, but if you move up towards them, they will close. Unless you're on 1080p, you probably wouldn't notice that. But yeah. That is one small bug, which I believe they are aware of, Dovetail Games, so they will hopefully patch that out eventually. Release the brakes and apply power to get moving. So, here are the brakes. Release them, which I believe you can control with the comma and... no, the colon and apostrophe keys. Yep, that is true. I have been doing my homework. Throttle. Just put that to like 20% just to get going. Don't want the passengers to spill their coffee. Well, it's evening, so they probably won't be having coffee, but you get some crazy people on these heritage routes, I'll tell you that now. So one thing you may have noticed is that the sound quality of the microphone is much better. Now, you probably didn't know that I had a microphone, because I haven't been posting any videos with a microphone for a long time. So most of my subscribers probably wouldn't have heard this. Well, I wouldn't have heard my old microphone. I just got this new one recently, and it is crisp and clean. Well, I'd hope so. Let me know what you think in the comments. Obviously, you know, I can't tell you whether you like it or not. It's up to you to say. But from what I've tested and what I can hear, it does seem to sound rather decent. So this is what I've been waiting for a while. And obviously I've just finished my exams, my GCSEs, so I have some free time now to record some Train Sim World and other games. Obviously I'll be doing... I might go back to World of Subways 3 at some point, because I do like that game quite a lot. I know it's not everybody's favourite game, but I do get some enjoyment out of it, as the London Underground is probably my favourite train system or railway network. There we go. Should be getting past a 25 marker soon. It was just back there, so any minute now. You see the train is relatively long. And nearly there. Come on, you can do it. There we are. Lovely. Let's speed us up to about 50%. Obviously you can see the amps on the HUD in the bottom right, or on the dash. It's just going towards the yellow, but it's not quite. Which is good. Very good. Gives you a good sense of how much power to put into the train before the passengers spill their coffee, as stated earlier. Assuming that would be a morning run, but I don't think we'll be doing a morning run for a while. So I want to get this video up first. I want to get this route done. This is a, I think, 75-minute journey, so I may have to split this up into 2 parts, but I'll most likely record all of it in one go. We'll just see how it goes. It might be tiring. I haven't recorded a voiceover for a game or a commentary on a video for a long time, so it should be interesting. Just settle off on the throttle. There are a few things I want to talk about, which I'll get into, but we've got quite a while, so I won't rush into saying everything at once, because that would be rather boring, I say. And I'm sure you want to take in the lovely views, because this route does look rather good, I must say. It does look brilliant. Hopefully the frame rate's good, because if I turn on the FPS counter there, you can see I've got almost a solid 60 FPS, and this is running on the highest graphic settings. It's a bit jumpy at the moment, but not sure what that's all about. Yeah, so I think it's because we're looking over that way. Wow, that FPS counter is really going mad, isn't it? Okay, we'll just pretend we didn't see that. Hopefully that doesn't mess up the recording, because I know it has a tendency to mess up my recording if the frame rate goes all over the place, and it tends to mess up the microphone as well. But we'll stay positive. We'll hope that doesn't happen. So here you can see this. A lot of these buttons are actually interactable. I think you can move around the cab with the left and right arrows. Gives you different views, different points of view of the controls. I'm not 100% sure what all these do, because, as I must mention, I haven't played this a whole lot, so because of my exams, so I can't guarantee I'll do everything perfectly, because I'm sure I'll get a few people saying, "Oh, you didn't do this right, didn't do this right," which, you know, that's completely understandable, because I'm sure there's some people who have driven the real train, and you'll be very annoyed at me if I completely mess up this. Let's try not to completely stop, because I tend to like doing that. Come on, we can do it. Keep going. I'll try not to babble on too much, because I'll distract myself and miss the platform, which wouldn't be great. Any cars? Don't appear to be any cars. Well, actually, I'm going to change my mount sensitivity quickly. Yeah, that's better. A bit smoother now. Lovely. You see, you can turn these off, these markings here. I can't remember what it is. I think it's Shift F7 or 6. It's one of the Shift and Function key combinations. If you just go along the function keys while holding Shift, you'll eventually find it. If you don't want it, which it can be handy, because it gives you a good idea on where you should be stopping. But I find it's a little bit pointless, as you do have this blue marker here telling you exactly where the front of the train should be when you're stopping, so you know all your cars will be in the platform. Saying that though, I think there are platforms where the whole train won't fit, and I'm not sure what you would do in that. I think you could I'm pretty sure you can just walk through the carriages, yeah. There are doorways, I believe. I'll have a look actually. We'll stop and then we'll have a look. The reason this takes so long, the route, is because there's a lot of speed restrictions. So stop. Go on, you can do it. Stop. Lovely. Because this isn't actually a very long route at all. think we're driving either the entire route or most of the route of the West Somerset Railway, but or of the section they've modelled. I don't know if this is the entire line. I honestly don't know much about the West Somerset Railway route, but let's see. Let's check if the cars have doors in the middle which you can walk through. Hello. Nice to see you're all having a lovely time. Yes, nobody's got their coffees. I don't believe there are coffees modelled in this game, but yeah, so here we go. We do have the joints, or the, I don't know if they're called gangways. I believe they are, I'm not sure. But these doors do slide open, which is lovely. And you've got another door here, just for extra entrapment, so you can stand in here and trap yourself and go, oh god, I'm going to get squished between these two squishy things. I don't know what they're called. We'll just call them squishy things, shall we? Yeah, lovely. Lovely stuff. Alright, let's trot on down beside our train. Climb up. Try and close that. Lock the right doors. There we are. Nice. I'm not sure if you have to hold this or not. It does seem to release the air quicker. If you look at the bottom right, the very bottom right, it does. If I hold the colon key, it does seem to release the pressure. I assume that's pressure. I honestly don't know a whole lot about diesels or steam trains. I'm more into electric trains, but I'll take anything I can get for Trains in Wild because the game looks absolutely beautiful. What does SW mean? Does that mean short whistle? I honestly don't know. It would make sense, wouldn't it? Throttle up a bit. I do find it interesting how there's no barriers there. Seems a little bit dangerous, in case they don't hear the horn, because maybe they've got headphones on or something. Speeding up to 25 in a moment. Now, if you prefer to drive fast, you can, because although they've got these really slow speed restrictions of like 5, 10, 15 miles per hour, you can actually go over 100 miles per hour in this train, which I have tried. It is quite hilarious, to be honest, but I don't think I'll be recording it. I'll save that for you to have fun with, if that's the kind of thing you like to do. But I think I'll just keep that to myself. Because the route is extremely short if you do that, and you miss a lot of the interesting parts of the route, unfortunately. So, alright, we'll speed up. You can see we're going into the yellow a bit here, which I don't think is a problem, because if you look at the bottom right, the amp meter isn't going into the red, so I don't think it's a problem. A lovely little bridge. That's nice. The water isn't the best water I've ever seen, but it does the job. Right, what have we got in the cab here? Got any special controls? Oh, we're going downhill, so I'll put the initial application on. So that's the parking brake, which you do use in a tutorial, but I don't think you use it any other time than that. Unless you choose to. Obviously you can turn on the parking brake if you want. So you got these cab lights, which is nice. This is the emergency plunger. Not 100% sure what that does, but who knows. Straight brake. I think that's controlled by the square brackets, which it is. I've got AWS acknowledgement. Oh, actually, you can turn on the AWS, I believe. So it's up here. Where is it? There. So you turn that on, and then there's a little lever thing here somewhere. I think it's that, but I don't know why it's not letting me use it. So you can turn that on. So that's the DSD, which is driver's safety device, something like that. Then I think this lever is what turns it actually on, because I don't think it's on, because you would hear it go off immediately. I think it might be in the other cab. If so, let's see if it's here. So there's that. I think it might be in the other cab, you know. Well, when we stop, we'll go into the other end of the locomotive and try to turn that on. Oh wow, look at that. That is nice. This does have AWS because I just saw one of the sensors here. I think it's actually some form of transmitter. I don't know. So we've got to slow down to 15 in a moment. Oh, there we go. We had the DSD then. So the DSD turns on without turning the lever next to the AWS, which is once again just there. But I think it only works on the other cab. Slow down a little bit, but not too much. We're going uphill a bit, that's why we're still reducing speed. What station is this? Blue Anchor. This is Blue Anchor. Oh, some disused coaches there. Rather nice. It's nice to see they're putting some effort into the scenery, not just trees and bushes. The houses are not bad either. Right, I think I'll release the throttle now, turn that off, and then... So I have to keep looking away from my microphone so I can find the brake button, because it's difficult because the microphone covers my keyboard, and usually I do look at my keyboard to find certain keys. Because I usually have my hand on the mouse, so I have to keep moving my hand back to the keyboard, and then I lose where I was. Right, lovely. What a good stop. Quality stuff. Alright, unlock left. Okay, let's try and turn on that. Is it because we're moving? No, so I think it's on the other side. Oh, here's a bucket which you can fill. This is Blue Anchor. What does it do? It's in here. Don't know why I thought I'd be in the coach. It should be this. Ah, there we go. AWS isolation switch. So now there should be an alarm in the other end. Oh, can I close this door, please? Thank you. Let's go have a look. I think that might go off now. I'm not 100% sure because maybe it doesn't actually work at all in this cab. I think you have to be driving this because maybe this is the front and that's the back. I'm not sure. I honestly don't know. Should we try and turn off that score count in the top right, because that's rather annoying. I think it's shift. Oh, I've messed up everything now, haven't I? I think it's shift. Come on. Where is it? We'll find it eventually, I promise. Okay, we'll find it on the way. Because apparently I don't know how to press keys on a keyboard. Let's get going then. Is that door shut? Oh, it's not. It's a bit weird. There's no sound difference when you... There is with the doors though. The door made a different sound. When you had the door open, the sound was louder off the train and the outside, which is interesting. But okay, we'll just accept that. Let's see. Right, where is it? Oh. Okay, well we'll have to deal with the score at the top right eventually, but right now I have no idea how to turn it off. I'm sure we'll find it. For the next video, I'll get rid of it, I promise. And if I don't, I'm sure I'll get like 5 people saying, turn the stupid counter off. Apparently that's the angry people voice. Who knows? The problem I find with this game is it's very quiet. So I have to turn my microphone volume very low and then turn the game audio and microphone audio up together when I go to edit it. Which does mean I lose a slight bit of quality when it comes to the sound volume. The sound volume. Yeah, that makes sense. Sound volume. But yeah, I don't know. Don't know what to do. Alright, here we go. We've got a DSD. Lovely. Train heats. That doesn't work. Wiper off. Should we test the wipers? Oh, park. So that turns up. So that's running now. So that's the fastest speed it goes, which is interesting. Then you can park it. I think the reason you do that is because if you have it on run, and then you just turn it all the way to off, yeah, so it just stays in that position, which obviously you don't want that to be right in the middle like that. So park that, and then you turn it off. Nice. And I believe we have another one over there. Yeah, that's the offside wiper. There we are. Lovely. And you've also got another horn over there as well. Quite cool. This is an AWS, so if it goes off, then... Oh no, but it'll only go off if there's something ahead, like, I don't know, a yellow signal or a red signal. But I don't think that it's working anyway. It's not very good here. It's all over the place. I think that's because I'm recording. My computer does not like recording. Anti-slip. Oh, doesn't work. That's the button I did expect to work actually. Assume it just puts down grit or something as you're driving along. So that's a DSD pedal. Oh, so that's always pressed and you have to lift up your feet to acknowledge it. Okie dokie. See, we're learning things today. Well, I am. You probably know all this already. Head coat box light switch. Is that something outside? Oh, let's slow down a bit. Got too much power there. Oh, is that? So if I turn that off... Ah, okay, that's quite cool. I like that being illuminated. I think I'll leave that on. desk light. Oh, that's nice as well. I like that. Tail light. Don't need tail light. Compartment. Where's the compartment? I don't know. Maybe it's beside the train or something. Overall, this is quite a nice model. The train has been very nicely modelled. It's quite cool getting to see the train tilt. I think some people weren't very happy with the fact that I put an emphasis on the fact that my graphics were set to ultra, because they thought I was doing that to say that my computer is amazing. Which I do not intend to do that. I don't want to do that. That's not a very friendly thing to do. So yeah, I do apologise if it seemed like I was trying to make my computer sound like it was a beast, because it's not. You don't really need an extremely good computer to run this game anymore. Now of course it helps to have one, but like I've only got an RX 480 which is a few, well, I think it's a few years old now, and they don't even sell them anymore, so you know, this isn't exactly top of the range stuff, and yet I'm running this game at, I can run this game at a solid 60 when I'm not recording, so, and I'm sure you probably won't be recording, so it won't be a problem for you. Right, let's try and slow down in time for this. I do like having a DSD because it gives me something to do while I'm driving. Otherwise you just tend to let go of your keyboard and get a bit distracted. I think that's kind of the idea of it, really, to keep your eye on the prize. Which in this case, the prize is to stop correctly. Which I have failed to do. But I don't think it really matters because the front loco will not affect the passengers. Stick our head out the door. Oh dear. Goodness gracious. I don't think they've quite learnt how to enter a train yet. And yet they're fully grown men. What is going on with life? This game does not make sense. And I've noticed I'm a bit too tall for this doorway, so my head kind of clips through the doorway. Oh dear. It's quite accurate actually, because that's what would happen to me in real life. I'd just get decapitated. Well, at least the top of my head. Once again, here's the parking brake. Quite nice. The animation is quite cool. Got brake detector, brake selector, sorry, vacuum brake, passenger. Yeah, I'm not really sure what they do. Battery isolation switch, which is obviously closed for some reason. Let's just pretend I know what I'm talking about, shall we? So I'll hold the release button for a while because the train doesn't seem to move until the air is completely released. There we go. I think holding that button just speeds up the process. Whether that's a bad thing to do or not, I don't know. As I said earlier, somebody will tell me, I'm sure. One thing I do want to say about the channel is that I'm actually quite amazed that we've managed to reach nearly 700 subscribers, which quite frankly I did not expect to ever reach. I don't know why 700 people have subscribed to my channel, because I didn't do commentaries hardly at all. So there wasn't really any sort of personality to my videos. They were just there to be there. There was no reason for them to be there other than just to show off the game, which I'm surprised people subscribed for that, because you often just tend to look up the games. No, hold on, let's concentrate on driving and not speed. People just tend to look up the train or the route that they want to maybe buy, and then just watch the video, see if it's any good, and then stop watching. But seeing as there was nearly 700 people now who have subscribed, just to see that sort of content is interesting. Let's turn it back to forward, because I'm pressing the wrong buttons again. But I do really appreciate that. I appreciate the fact that people have gone out their way to subscribe, despite the fact that, you know, there wasn't much reason to. But now hopefully that will change. I'd like to think that my videos will now have some more personality to them, and I don't know, just have a nicer vibe, because it's not particularly fun for me either, just sitting there in silence recording a video, because that's how it was if you don't use a microphone, obviously, and that's what you do if you're just playing a game. But I don't know, I completely missed that. I was just bubbling away, disregarding the fact that there's a speed sign there. And that was also too late. I'm sure I'll get better. This is one disadvantage to recording with a microphone, though, is that you're focused on talking and saying something interesting, so you don't bore the viewer to death, but also you've got to focus on driving your train, because that's the whole point of the video. You don't come here to just listen to me talk the whole time, because that would be a podcast. And I don't do podcasts, because I don't want to do them. Simple. But yeah, let me know what you think of the idea of doing more commentaries. I hope you like the idea, because if not, it'll be a shame, as, you know, I have spent some money to get this microphone and try and improve my content to make it more interesting and to build a better community and allow me to personally respond to comments, because I think what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to get some comments from previous videos, if they're reasonable, because if they're just comments like, oh, great video, or oh, I don't like this, then that's not particularly useful to talk about in a video, or to answer. But if you'd like me to respond to you personally in the next video, I will do. So leave some comments, questions and things, and what you don't like about my videos, so I can improve. Because people tend to apologise for making a comment about, I don't know, the way I'm driving or something I'm doing that's bothering them. But there's no reason to apologise for that, because that's all the stuff that helps me improve my content. So I'm more than happy to take on any sort of criticism at all. Because at the end of the day, it's just helping my channel improve, or helping me improve my content. And you may have noticed that if you're not new, if you've been here for a while, you may have noticed that I'm about to speed. No, that's not. Well, you may have noticed that anyway. But you may have noticed that I've changed my banner multiple times, even though I haven't been recording anything. I have changed my banner to fit nicely with the new images I've been taking of trains, because I've been out a lot recently, going on train journeys in real life, Mostly on the London Underground, because, I don't know, I'm a pleb and I like going on the Underground, so I've been taking some pictures. And I'm happy to say that they are all my pictures, because I don't want to get sued by some guy saying, oh, you stole my picture of this train or whatever. And I don't believe in stealing digital items or any items, even real. That's just not acceptable in my opinion. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Just rambling on, or waffling, as some waffles say. There we are. Coming up to what? Oh, watch it, whack it, whack it. Maybe that is the name, and I'm just like offending some people. Hopefully not. I should stop trying to say the names of stations. The thing is, these are UK stations, so I should really be able to say them, but nope. I'm no good at saying names, whether it's a person's name or a station name. Oh goodness, if I start reading out comments, I'm going to have to read out people's names as well, aren't I? Maybe I just display it on the screen. Because I imagine if they've got loads of numbers in them stuff, I'm going to have a terrible time reading out their names. It's going to be difficult. Unless you really want me to read out your name, which I can do. But I don't see why you would care. Frame rate's not very good here, I must say. There is quite a lot of detail over there though, so that's understandable. So we're going to see if the whole trains fit on the platform. That would be good, wouldn't it? I don't know, it could be whack it, or it could be watch it. I don't know if the T's silent or not. Wash it? Wash it? I give up. Honestly. Disaster. Oh, look, there's a poster. There we are. West Somerset. Lovely. We've got the lovely West Somerset Railway logo on the side. Very good. I'll try and lock the doors if I can get to the front of the train home. Oh, here's another bucket as well. I did collect all these, I think at this station anyway, previously, but I deleted my profile in my games folder. So, in case you're wondering where the game stores your save file, which I'm sure you weren't, it saves it in your My Games folder. Which, in my opinion, is very frustrating because, although it's easy to access, it also means that if I decide to delete anything Train Sim World related, it also deletes my account because it's too easy to find, and I think, oh, I don't play that game anymore. Which, as I was doing my exams, I didn't want to have this massive game installed on my hard drive or my SSD. So, because I have actually recently upgraded to an SSD, except, oh wow, we're actually running quite late. I have recently upgraded to an SSD, but it's only 250 gigabytes. No, actually no, it's 500 gigabytes, what am I talking about? But either way, it's still not a whole lot of storage to store all my videos and photos and games, documents and things. Along with, you know, lots of work and models and stuff. I don't know. It's not a whole lot, let's just say that. I can now see why this would take so long to do, because we are going extremely slow. At least once this video is out of the way, I won't have so much to waffle about, because I would have covered most of it in this video. I don't want you to hear me repeat the same things over and over again. So. One thing I do want to mention though is where I think Train Sim World is heading, because in the current state, despite the fact that the visuals, if I can say that correctly, are very nice, as you can see here, which that does look pretty awesome, to be fair. There is a problem though, is that if you, the same thing as Train Simulator, if you go a little bit out of the distance, like I don't know, over those hills or something, there will be pretty much nothing. But that's understandable because they're allowing you to use the camera to go anywhere, so you know, they don't want to restrict you from seeing the imperfections and things that haven't been modelled or textured in the distance. But this game has been made very nicely. But regardless, I think Train Sim World does feel a little bit lifeless. I'm just saying, because although they have included animals in this route, which I'm going to be speeding again. Slow down. Oh dear. Although there are animals on these fields, not right here, obviously, because there are no animals here, as you can see with your eyes. It does feel a little bit dead, because the animals, they don't move. They've been very, well, they're very low poly, very few tries, and if you just want to go up to them and look at them, even from far away, they still look quite low resolution, the textures, so it is a shame. And as well, the people, they don't do anything. When they're sitting on the platform, they just stand there and look completely dead. And although they may look at their watch every now and then, it doesn't really, you know, portray life. Because you've seen it like 100 times already. You know, even in Train Simulator, you see them looking at their watch or looking around, but they just stand there until the train pulls up and they're like, oh, here we go, we have a train. Oh yeah, right, this is one of the platforms where the cars don't fit, or the coaches don't fit on the platform. And even if I did pull the diesel locomotive all the way past the front bit, these last three carriages, or three coaches, still don't fit. And they do keep their doors open, which is very dangerous, I must say. Very, very dangerous indeed. Actually, I want to show you. There's a little... Now, tell me in the comments, like, what is this for here? Is this just for people to sit and relax or something? I don't know. Maybe do you store animals in here? I really have no clue. That's probably completely wrong and it sounds stupid. But I don't know. There's a handbrake for the guard or something. I don't know. Yeah, there's another bucket there, just so you know. I think somebody did mention in the comments and did make me realise that the people are quite dead, because they never really spent a lot of time just actually properly studying their movement patterns, but they are quite lifeless and they just don't do a lot. Also, you can probably hear my keyboard every time I press a button. I'm not sure what to do about that really. Maybe get a different keyboard with less clicky keys. But hopefully it doesn't bother you too much, because there's not a whole lot I can do at the moment. I just don't really have the money to buy another keyboard. So I obviously don't have a job. And one thing I do want to mention about YouTube is I don't know if you know, but the minimum number of subscribers you must have to monetize your videos changed from 100 to 1,000. So previously I had been earning some money from YouTube from the adverts I put on my videos to try and save up for a microphone. But unfortunately, let me try and think what I'm trying to say here. Unfortunately, the number changed from 100 to 1,000. DSD. Oh, yeah, we can speed up a bit. Which meant that I was no longer earning enough money to get past. You basically in YouTube you have to have for the UK you have to have £60 before they pay you, which means that if you don't reach the £60 mark before they change the policy to allow only people with over 1,000 subscribers to earn money, you have to you won't be able to get the money, if that makes sense. I don't know, does that make sense? I honestly completely lost what I was saying there because there's so much to think about. But yeah. But as it was recently my birthday, I managed to spend the money on getting a microphone, which is nice. So I have done a few practice recordings to see if the microphone works properly, and it sounds good, which it does. To my ears anyway. Once again, your ears may vary. Your sound receivers may vary. Ah, here we are, coming over to Willerton. Let's try and release that, put some power up because we are going uphill. Got a red signal up ahead. No route available. Oh, okay, interesting. I'm not sure. I'm sure it will hopefully go yellow or green by the time we get there. We are running late, so hopefully that hasn't messed anything up. We're only 4 minutes late, so I don't see why it should be that big of a problem. One thing I just want to do is get a job during the holiday, but that means obviously looking for somewhere to work, and I probably wouldn't enjoy the job because I'm not really that confident at going up to people and assisting them and things, so that's not really my thing. I'm not a huge people person, so I don't like to, hang around, be, putting clothes on a shelf or something. Oh, we're gonna miss it. Right, we'll put this brake on as well. Slam that thing on. There we are. I'm sure I'll get a lot of people telling me I shouldn't have done that as well. Do I really care? A little bit. Okay, a fair bit, but, What's that? Oh. That looks like chalkboards. Passengers are whoa, that's low. That's very low resolution. Pretty sure my texture quality is up to the highest. It's interesting. I'm still getting used to this whole talking and playing at the same time sort of thing. So as I get better, hopefully I won't stumble on my words as much. And forget what I'm saying. I do that a lot. Alright, here we are. The signal is green as indicated by that, what's the name of those signals? Semaphore? Semaphore signals? I don't know. There we go, there's another question for you. What's that signal called? Semaphore signal? That's my best get. I guess. Get. It is not a get, it is a guess. So here we are, going onto the tunnel. Oops. Oh, it sounds like we're outside. It sounds kind of funny. Well, we're going to have to deal with it being loud now because the game seems to think that we're constantly outside. That's interesting. It does this occasionally, actually. Don't know why. But as I was saying, if the channel reaches 1,000 subscribers, then there we are. We have reached 1,000 subscribers. And that means that I'll be able to monetize my videos again, which, you know, could be a reason to unsubscribe, because then you stop me from getting to 1,000 subscribers and putting annoying adverts. Which obviously, you know, there are ad blocker and things, so if you really dislike adverts, you can always use them. Although, obviously, I wouldn't recommend it because that's just, you know, preventing me from getting any money from my videos. But it's up to you, honestly. It's your choice. But if we do reach 1,000 subscriber-roonies, then you know, it's annoying because when you have 1,000 subscribers, you don't really think about, you don't realise that that's 1,000 people. It is kind of difficult to get your head around because, you know, you don't think that 1,000 people would really care about you sitting here talking to a microphone, driving a train. But well, I haven't reached 1,000, so maybe there aren't 1,000 people who care about me sitting here talking to a microphone, driving a train. Who knows? But I still can't believe though that my first ever video got over 47,000 views now, I think, which is outstanding, to be honest. I still can't quite get my head around that, but yeah, don't know. It's interesting. I think I will go back to Train Simulator at some point as well, so do not fear. But let me know what game you'd like to see next, because I'm most likely going to continue with Train Sim World at the moment, but I will go back to other things like World of Subways, Train Simulator. Yep, Train Simulator. And what else? I have got a couple of requests to play Euro Truck Simulator, or Euro Truck Simulator 2 specifically, but I'm not completely sure because I don't have a steering wheel and pedals. So if I was to do that, I'd be using a keyboard, which I'm not completely sure that would be the best way to play it, because obviously you just hear me clicking the keyboard the whole time, and the steering wheel will be really precise. Like you know, you'll see the steering wheel turning, but the controls will be really imprecise. So I'd just be going all over the roads, which wouldn't be good. But with Train Simulator, it works fine, because obviously, you know, just pulling levers and things, which you can do with the mouse, which obviously you couldn't drive a truck with a mouse. That'd just be horrific. It would not be ideal, to say the least. Have I ticked off my waffling to-do list? I think so, pretty much. I haven't really spoken about the things I would like to see in Train Sim World. I would definitely like to see an EMU, because we haven't actually got an EMU yet. I don't think. Oh no, we have. We've got it in... what have we got? The German route. What's the German route called? Goodness, I can't even remember now. I've done two videos on it, but I can't remember what it's called. Oh, Rapid Transit, that's it. I think they're EMUs. And you could tell by the motors. But I would like to see a British EMU, like a Class 377, or a Class 387 GWR livery. I do talk a bit funny when I've got my headphones on, because I can hardly hear myself, and then it just sounds strange to me. But we'll get there. Practice makes perfect, right? Somebody says that, I'm sure. Anything else I haven't shown off? Shown off the lights. Handbrake. I'm pretty sure I've shown off everything there is in this cab. Well, I've at least shown you what it does. Haven't done a great job at it, but, you know. Now, I am wondering whether I should cut out certain bits of this video, because I don't know if it would be better to only include the bits that are interesting. Like, I don't know, if there's an interesting bit of scenery, or I say something interesting, which would be very rare. I don't think that will happen. I don't think I say anything interesting throughout this entire video, but yeah. What's that? Nothing. It's just a tree. The tree roots, or I don't know. Some houses there. It's nice to see they put detail into things in a distance, but you can already see that the texture's quite low just from here. So, yeah. TSD again? Let me know if you think that the DSD is annoying to have on. Because personally I think it's a good idea. It's there for a reason. And the AWS doesn't seem to work either. So... one day I may consider doing some streams, which would be quite interesting. I definitely will have a go at that, because then I can immediately respond to you and answer your comments, instead of, you know, uploading the video, waiting for the next day. I can completely understand if this video doesn't do well. But it's just practice, really. This is just practice getting used to using a microphone, interacting with you. I try and prevent myself from saying guys, because I hear so many people, so many YouTubers saying guys all the time. It's so cringeworthy. I just really don't like it. So I try and find other words to use, or just don't use any at all. Just talk directly to you, not you guys, because obviously when you're watching this video it's just you that I'm talking to, not a massive crowd of people, because, you know, I don't think many people watch it in a group, watch these videos in a group. Just imagine, like, someone saying, "Oh, come on, Jerry, go and get your popcorn, we can watch some Train Simulator." I don't think that happens. We'll have a Train Sim World party. I think that's pretty unlikely. Are we passing through an old station here? I don't think we're stopping there. Except there are a load of people waiting. I'm not getting any markers though, so I think I'm going to pass this one. Seems weird that we're not stopping there. Sorry, we're not stopping. Not sure why. Don't ask. There's some collectibles around there somewhere, I think. Frame rate's really taking a hit. Getting down to the 40s. Got a yellow signal after that location stop, also known as a station. I think up here it just say next station or something on the top left. Not stop at location, because it kind of sounds a bit generic. Because I can understand in Train Sim World CSX Heavy Haul, because you're stopping in random places to maybe, I don't know, drop off something or fill up fuel, but it doesn't really make sense in the context of stopping at like stations to pick up passengers. It'd be nice if it was a little bit more specific of what you're stopping at, because then you can prepare yourself for different things. I don't know, maybe that's just nitpicking a bit, but I would like to see that changed. One thing I would like to do is go and see the passengers while we're driving, which obviously isn't very safe, but it would be fun. I'd like to be able to get out, but this train doesn't have a walk-through area, which I think you can walk through these trains in real life, because you can see there's a door just there. Yeah, I don't know. It's a shame, because I'd like to see the engine room. It'd be nice if that was modelled. But I can understand these trains take long enough to model anyway, so... Because I have modelled a train myself, actually. I've modelled an S8 stock. Or, well, actually, I think it's an S7 stock, because the S8 stocks have, I think, longitudinal and latitudinal seats. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. But they have basically different seating patterns. But I've modelled the ones where they only have opposite seats, which is like the Class 378. If you know what that train is. Which you may know, the Class 378 is my favourite train ever. Even though apparently most people hate it. Which I can understand, because it is a slow, crawly, you know, and busy train, but I like it. I like it. Even I do smack my head on the ceiling, and the doorways, and the gangways. Okay, basically I hit my head on everything, because I am almost 6'5", just over 6'4", I think, so... Yeah, I'm quite close to the ceilings on most trains. Especially as the doorways are always much lower than the ceilings themselves, so I have to duck. Especially in the underground trains like the, I don't know, the Jubilee line trains, the 1996 stock. They're always quite scary to walk into, because I have to crouch down quite low. Also, let me know if you'd like to see some more real life videos. Or if I should just stick to gameplay and forget about real life videos. Because I do have a proper camera, if that's what you want to call it. Because all the videos I've been recording have been recorded by my phone, which kind of has a blurry camera, and the audio is a bit dodgy. And it always overheats as well, but my camera doesn't have any of those problems. Maybe the audio would be a problem, but I can always buy like a shotgun microphone or something. But right now I want to try and avoid spending any more money until I'm able to start earning from YouTube, because I right now, you know, the only money I have is from my birthday, so I don't want to spend any more. Unless it's like train simulator things. If I can get a thing going where I buy something and earn more money back, or at least the same amount, or nearly the same amount from the video as I do pay for the train, that would be alright, because then I can, you know, just enjoy making the videos and be able to not worry about spending all my money on just a single train. Because I'm not worried about earning money from this. It would be nice, because obviously then I could buy, I don't know, a better graphics card or something to improve my videos more. But right now I think the way it is it's okay. So I'm happy to not worry about rushing to pump out as many videos to get as many subscribers to get 1,000, because it just seems a bit cheap. I don't want to do that. I want to try and put as much effort and passion into each video instead of doing the other thing that I said, which I've probably forgotten already, because my brain is like a fish. Oh, that was interesting. Oh, if you sit down, I think it resets the pedal, which does make sense, because obviously you've just lifted the pedal up, and when you sit down it's... Yeah. I think that's the idea, actually. Oh, got a freeze there. And what I don't know is I don't know if the audio freezes at the same time as the gameplay. If it doesn't, that would be good, but if it does, it also could be good. I don't know. I think I'm going to lay off the throttle for now, so we can slow down a bit. It's weird, I have to remember not to do things with my mouth. Like, I don't know. Just make sounds, because I like to do that when I'm recording videos. But, because I'm weird, but, oh, come on. Right, we're not speeding, that's good. But because the microphone's right in front of my mouth, you can hear every single thing. Like, even just me opening my mouth, ready to speak, you can hear every single sound. It's terrifying. Because I know that I'll hear all of that when I play it back, and it's just like annoying. Because it's like annoying, apparently, says Brain. Right, let's try and make a more gradual stop this time. So I like to slam the brakes on, but maybe we should give the passengers a break, you know? Wouldn't that be nice? There we are, lovely. Unlock the left doors. Lovely jubbly. And let's go and pick this up. I'm sure the frame rate's getting worse the more I play. I think it's over here. The density of the trees is probably quite high over here. Hello, people. Where are you going? You off to work? You going home? Well, it is 6 o'clock, so you probably are on your way home. You see, the way they walk, they're all just completely dead, and they like to walk through the doors as well, as seen over there. Look at this guy. Thinks he's so good walking through them doors. Oh, quality stuff, lads. Go on, you can do it. Oh, where do they go when they leave the station? Do they leave the station? Oh, okay. Oh, there's another poster here. Some construction going on. Lovely. Good to see. I can hear them mumbling right now, saying, "Oh, he's walking through the doors. Why is he allowed to walk through the doors and we're not?" Because I'm a god. Obviously. I'm just a floating head, as we all know. Oh wow, I actually left enough room to walk across. I am the greatest, obviously. I actually managed to stop correctly for once. Wow. That's something for the notebook. No, that's not where you write cool things. You don't write them in a notebook, because notebooks are too what's the word? Plebby? I don't think that's the word. I've had another word for disgraceful. For the scrapbook. Maybe, but then scrap sounds bad as well. Regardless, let's get going. I put that way too high when I started off. But you know what? That's fine. Because nobody drinks coffee in the evening, as I've said. Get with the times, man. I do like the sound of the brakes releasing and not releasing. What's the opposite of releasing? Building up, probably. Jeez, I need to learn some more train terminology. Or I should just not mention it at all. Could do that. That'd be boring. That sounds so cool. Here we go. Bishop's. How'd you say that? I know I said it at the start of the video, but that's because I practiced saying it before I started. I can't remember how you say it now. That's how long it's been. It's been like probably 70 minutes I've been recording this. I don't know, I'm not sure yet. So it'd be a shame to restart this because I can't say lie. Oh, it's Lydeard, isn't it? Lydeard? I think that's how you say it, Lydeard. I'm not sure though. Here's another thing for you to mention in the comments. It's kind of hard to tell you how to say something in text. I actually do like the idea of streaming now. Now I think about it, I'd like to stream. Because, I don't know, just be fun. Get to interact with people. Especially people who are interested in the same things I am. You don't get a lot of that in real life. It's hard to find people who like trains. Which is understandable, but we all know trains are the best, really. .7 miles to go, and then we're there. And then we can put this train to bed. DSD having a go at me again, pressing the wrong button. Lovely. I think overall this game is not bad, but it has some work. Definitely has some work to be done. But they know that. They've got a lot of... I'm sure they have a massive list of things that they want to do and need to do. I think I will go back to Great Western Express soon though. Because I do like the... What is it? I'm not sure what the diesel one's called. Well, they're both diesel, but... The one that looks like an EMU but isn't an EMU, basically. 2.2 miles to change to slow down to 10. And we have to go 0.1 of a mile. I think 1 mile is 600 or 700 yards? I don't know. Something like that. Oh no, wait. Actually, I'm not sure. I think maybe a kilometre is 600 yards or 700 yards. I don't know. Why am I slowing down so much? I'm completely distracted. I'm thinking about my conversions, which, as you can tell, I don't know. I don't know my conversions because I am the dum-dum. Can't wait to get out of this sea, finish this route. My back's all sweaty. It's so hot today. I think it's about 25 degrees. It's pretty hot. Obviously that's Celsius, otherwise I'd be freezing to death right now. Too distracted looking at my window. I think this is definitely the most bland route of all four that have been released. I haven't actually ever played North East Corridor. That'd be something interesting. If I was to buy something for this game, it would definitely be North East Corridor, because that's the only thing I haven't played for this game yet. But apparently it's not very good. I don't know. I know Alan Thompson, I think his name is. I think he played it. I'm not sure what his opinion was on it was though. I'm not sure. I have no idea. But I know he didn't really like this route very much. That's what my uncle told me anyway. I think the main complaint about Train Sim World is there's not enough advancement with each DLC. There's not enough like improvements to the way that the game is working. Not just the trains, and it's not just about the scenery, it's the way the whole mechanics work. The way the train moves, the fact that the train can't derail. That's one thing that really is disappointing, is the fact that the train can't derail. Because although it says you've derailed, there's nothing other than the game telling you you've derailed that that tells you that it has derailed. You don't feel the train tilt and fall off the track, which is a real shame in my opinion, because I do, you know, it does give you that feeling that if you're speeding, you know it, but you find you can do that with Train Simulator, but you can't in this. You don't have that sense of speed and power and weight. But I'm sure they'll get there eventually. I think Dovetail Games are fully aware of these issues. I think one kind of silly thing that I am disappointed about is it's a shame you can't get run over by trains. I think you should be able to get run over by trains and get killed. Because it does tell you, oh, it's dangerous to walk on the tracks, but it doesn't stop you from getting run over. Which, yeah, that's fine. I completely understand why they've done that. But, I don't know, it would be nice to just have that as an option. Get killed by trains running you over. Just see that in the settings one day. I'll just be like, yes, this is a good day. But, till that day comes, I'll always want more from this game. I'm happy to say that I've pretty much covered everything I wanted to talk about in this video. And although it wasn't perfect, this is my first proper video that I'm uploading, which it'll definitely be improved for next time. My commentary will need to be upped. My commentary game could do with some improvement, and my concentration level. But on a route like this, it is difficult to concentrate for the whole, I don't know, 75 minutes, because it can get quite repetitive just going at like 25 miles per hour with hardly any stops. But you know, tell me what you thought about this route and what you would like to see me do in the future, because that matters quite a lot. Not only to me, but also Dovetail Games, because yeah, I do complain to Dovetail Games occasionally, saying about things that I don't like, and I've missed a 10 mile per hour sign. The reason that is because the yellow marker, the yellow what is it? The signal marker was covering the speed, so look, the audio's just changed. Now we've gone over like under another tunnel, which is interesting. So it sounds like we're indoors again. It's interesting. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. And, oh, there you go. You can see the... I don't know what that's called, to be honest. GP40-2? I don't know. I don't think that's what it's called. That might be another route. I don't know. That's mainly used for shunting and things. So... Oh, wait. I'm just about to pass the red signal. No! Oh, my goodness. Of course I would do that. I'm going to class that as we won. That is mission success in my opinion. There's no way I'm doing that all again. 75 minutes. Just to... First that up. I'll go back and play it at my own time eventually. But for that, I don't know what to say, to be honest. That'll do. Anyway, thank you for watching. I don't like to ask people to subscribe, so it's up to you. If you want to subscribe, feel free. I will greatly appreciate it. And yeah, let me know what you thought about this. Once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the future. Goodbye.